On today's episode of EyeSwoon Unplugged, I am so excited to continue to take you on this gut health journey that I've been on. I've been so fortunate to have Carla Oates from The Beauty Chef kind of guide me through this process, and I've been learning so much, like certain things to eliminate from my diet, certain ingestibles that I should insert into my diet, as well as introducing fermented foods into my diet. Hopefully you had a chance to see Carla and I on my live make kimchi the other night. And I'm basically going to make a recipe using the kimchi that we made. I'm going to make a kimchi miso fried rice. And both the kimchi and the miso are both fermented. And the importance of fermented foods and why it helps our bodies is that it helps us to not only digest our foods, but also some of the bacteria it inserts back into our gut helps nutrients be absorbed into our body more. But what I'm going to make is this fried rice, but it's not really fried rice because I'm using farro instead of rice. The reason I chose to make this is because throughout quarantine, Jivan and I have been cooking more together and we've been making fried rice a lot. So this is basically a recipe that we know and we love, but I'm inserting certain things into it and these fermented foods into it, which is going to aid in all of our gut health. So anyway, it feels personal to me because it's something we love and make often. And as I'm making this recipe for you guys, I'm going to be sipping on collagen, which is by The Beauty Chef, and it's an inner beauty elixir boost. And essentially, you just mix it together, a tablespoon, with either cold water, or I have it right now with coconut water. And what it does is that it helps your body produce more collagen. Our body, or our skin, I should say, is made up from 75 to 80% collagen. But as we get older, our body doesn't produce it as much. And every ingredient in collagen helps us boost our own collagen production. And it also helps in our gut health. So it's a win-win. Let's hop in the kitchen. I'm gonna start by frying up some eggs and just take you through the process of this recipe. So I made some farro last night. One of the things that I learned as I was doing research for this recipe is that it's really important when you're making fried rice to go ahead and cook it and then dry it overnight, because the rice will never get crispy if it is damp. So I have 2 bunches of scallions here that I am going to separate the white parts and the darker green parts. So I would encourage everyone, if you're going to make this recipe, or when you're making any recipe, but especially a stir fry or fried rice, when you kind of want to toss everything in at once, is to prep your ingredients in advance. So I've prepped most of them already. I have 1 shallot sliced here. I have a serrano chili here. I have peas. So everything, for the most part, is prepped. Let's work with the kimchi. So I am going to chop this up. So you get nice bite-sized pieces as you're eating the fried rice. I have about half a bunch of asparagus, about 8 stalks. So again, I'm gonna cut these on the bias into about 1-inch pieces. Just want everything to be bite-sized. And then I have sugar snap peas here, and I also have green garden peas. If you can't find any of these ingredients, it is so fine to eliminate it. You can easily put broccoli in here. You could do frozen peas if you're unable to find fresh peas. So you're doing a half a cup of each of the peas. Half a cup of snap peas, half a cup of garden peas. And I love that the vegetables go in right at the end so that they retain their bright green color and a little bit of a crunch to it still. There's nothing that I dislike more than mushy veggies, so you want them to be as fresh as possible. So before I hop over and start sauteing, I want to talk a little bit more about collagen. What I love so much is that it has vitamin C, it has biofermented berries, it has papaya and pomegranate and grapeseed extract, zinc and probiotics. It kind of goes on because each of these super powerful ingredients is going to help with our collagen health. So Let's start with about 2 tablespoons of olive oil. We're gonna put our scallions, just the white and the pale green parts. Also gonna put our shallots in, serrano chili. I have some chopped ginger here as well. Our fermented cabbage, kimchi. So we're gonna let this saute for probably about 2 minutes so that everything softens and all of those flavors meld together. I let this go for about 3 minutes. I'm gonna put a tablespoon of miso, some sesame oil, and mix that in. Let the miso soften. And then we're gonna toss in our greens. All right, this has been sauteing for a few minutes. At this point, I'm gonna take all of our veggies, snap peas, garden peas, asparagus. But like I said, anything you can find will work. I would say just like 2 to 3 minutes again until the veg soften. But still retain their crunch and their vibrant color. And I'm gonna do a little bit of tamari, which is gluten-free soy sauce. All right, let's get all this plated. Oh my goodness, I wish you guys can smell this. Hopefully you will make it so you can experience it. But that tanginess can be experienced from the kimchi. And we've got that aromatics from the ginger. The miso's giving it such flavor. Love those spring, bright, crunchy green veg. Nothing is better than when you put an egg on it. So I'm just gonna finish it with some of the greens from the scallions, a little bit of fresh basil,